They'll be calling you a radical. So you don't think America. And I think about that. Remember we used to laugh at people who used to call it America? What, Costa Rica, Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, Canada? This is the United States, was the old United. So the lowest Chinook numbers in history they are so crash. So we go from 3 million on the Columbia. If we get 200,000 for in just a few years, from 2015, they go to sea for 5 years. Idaho's going to open it on the 22nd on Earth Day. You don't think that's intentional? How degenerate sick are they? I mean, what happened? Oh, God, Cecil was freaking rolling over in his grave. He was like the best governor ever. He was the best anti-Fatima in Idaho. So, Bush dumb, Obama dumb or Trump. Who would ever think that we long for the days of Bill Walmart Clinton? I mean, this has been a nightmare. Globalization's a fucking nightmare. So I would say this in Montana. You're going to ban TikTok? We have an old saying in the West. Clean up your own fucking backyard. I'm all for banning all foreign entities, all foreign media in the United States. Globalization has been a fucking disaster. It's been a disaster. And the infiltration. RT, CCNT, TikTok, Diablo Canyon clock. So this is important because all over the internet, all over media, the nuclear energy renaissance, brought to you by Donald J. Trump and his identical twin, Barry Barack Obama, Bummer Dumber. Now, all you lefties that are still on your knees for Obama, just remember, he lost 12 Senate seats, 12 all-time record. Yep. He lost 80-something congressional seats. He lost, whoa. The Kissinger's gift that keeps on giving. Now, I thought Kissinger had bench warrants all over the world for him for war crimes. Got to go talk to Henry before I go to Fukushima. He's going to be 100. Liz Holmes ripped him off. She's supposed to report to jail when? In the year 2525, if man is still. So what was Obama dumber? And he was in the Situation Room when Fukushima happened. You can look it up. You think he's a smart one. Oh, he's smart. That could be the dumbest president we ever had. Trump, you inherit $1 billion to an arrogant, freaking ignorant, pay somebody to get you through Wharton. I was trying to go, I said, I had no idea. Weber State used to beat Wharton every year, but what? We sold it to Chinese oligarchs to get your slave-made gear. How did they do it? 1 by Jetstream, 2 by cable TV. Operation Foxconn News. So Montana, clean up your own. So if you're going to ban TikTok, why aren't you going to ban Fox News? Fox News is a foreign entity, 100% foreign entity, run right out of the House of Windsor. I thought we fought a Revolutionary War against those people. Paul Revere, first they come for the craftsmen. Oh boy, the right and left are frauds. What, we got clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right, stuck in the middle with you. So it's a clown circus. Your left, who used to be the party of environment and labor. They're imperialists. I'm going to have a birthday party with Jay-Z. Who? What? Hollywood left. And then you got your right, fiscal responsible, Donald J. Trump, their Lord and Savior, ran more debt than all other presidents combined. The Teabagger Congress, they went psycho. Their god, Alex Jones. My favorite with Alex Jones is, he used me up. He betrayed me. Well, he didn't betray me. I never gave him permission to do it. People have called in, why won't you have the Fukushima? He went crazy. Fukushima. And buy your Patriot gear, buy your bunkers, buy your water filters where none of it works. Buy your pills, mark them up 10,000. And now that the trial's gone on and the due diligence out there, he made millions. There's my videos laying on his site. doing the type of work when I'm in critical condition dying. Same with Jeff Rentz, all the far righties, which the world's coming to an end. The only thing coming to an end is us. I mean, well, and all the animals. I mean, extinction, genocide, the Great Pacific Genocide. So what was the answer to Obama Dumber? So it's our group. He's on the stump. Hillary Clinton's running attack ads at him. Well, he's a pro-nuclear energy guy. I wish I'd seen those attack ads. I hadn't seen them. I didn't realize he conned me first time. Well, you're going to clean up Hanford, right? Every president says they're going to clean up Hanford. They're going to clean up Hanford. Got to tell you, don't know what Hanford is. Oh, you think, well, he was green before he became president. At the end of his presidency, after 8 years, he's in the situation, the greatest catastrophe in human history. The freaking great earthquake of 2011, which once in a million years? Well, how about the one that happened 5 years ago in Indonesia? It was a 9, probably bigger, a 9.1. Do you ever get calls in the middle of the night like Hillary Clinton said in her ads at 4 in the morning? Well, I hate to say it, but Hillary was right on this. You can't respond. I hate to say it, but Hillary was right on that one. She was dead right. You don't want somebody who's naive and ignorant in the situation getting a call at 4 in the morning. I hate to say it, but Hillary Clinton was right. Yeah. Like it happened. It really did happen. Yeah. Like when Fukushima happened. Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel. God. Johnny Carson. Now that dude had a brain. All the, the comedians of the day, where's Lenny Bruce when you need him? I'm Jimmy Kimmel. What sentence is that? What's Fukushima? You know, the typhoon. Look it up! Oh my God. And then there's Trump. Go rake up the forest in freaking California when there's been more per capita fires in Idaho than even freaking. I mean, the Great Heat Dome. Just remove. I mean, it's weather whiplash on Balco on chemo. So their answer. Now remember Trump. Now this is crazy because we know what happened to a B. Now how does that happen? No security. The G7's going and it's almost a rewrite. What's going on? Somebody threw a bomb at the new GM. And it's not just smoke. It exploded. But, they saw it because smoke was coming out of it. And at the same type of event, no security again? What the hell is going on in Japan? Whoa. I mean, well, we know who runs the world in Japan. The mob, the cleanup. I mean, they use the homeless, they use the mentally ill, they use the distraught, and the American propaganda media. So the answer to Fukushima by Trump met with a B 17 times. I was there. I was at the White House that night when Trump won, and Hillary's people were all there. I'll never forget it. It was the most eerie thing in my life. I remember I had my Russian hat, and I had Trump God, Hillary God, Trump God, Hillary God, and the Russians have occupied the White House. I was saying that long before the election. I was on to him. I'm always on to him. Son of Cassandra. And I got my 1916 shirt on. Same old thing. Imperialism's back. It got real quiet when they realized Hillary hadn't won. And all you could hear is, you fuck Bernie. You fuck Bernie. We're out through the, late in the night. But a lot of the workers, a lot of people don't know, take the buses into New York. There's dozens of buses. You can ride them for $10 in D.C. So I headed to New York City after I realized Trump had won from the White House. And I knew we were screwed when I asked her, what's his name? Feingold do up in Wisconsin. He was ahead by 4 points in the polls. Lost by 7, a woman shows me on her phone. I'm like, oh my God, because I didn't have a dumb phone then. First person. I mean, you should have seen the Trump freaking on Fifth. I never seen a war zone like that in my life. And I've been to a lot of radical shit. Oh my God, it was insane. Right there where she was going to break the glass ceiling, the Jarvis Center's where they drop off. And then you walked around, the bell was ringing, the homeless lined up for breakfast on the famous cathedral. Should have seen it. I never seen anything like it in my life. I didn't have a camera. My camera was dead by then. My iPad I used to use. And first person in. Maybe from Japan. Here's a gold driver. Oh, they were in panic mode on the Fukushima cover. First person on inauguration in Mar-a-Lago. Remember they blacked out the windows? Had to be 17 times. For a Japanese PM to come here once is a major story. Remember when he came here the first time during No Bummer Dumber? And why would he go to MIT Media Lab? Which he did. It was our group, the Tractor. You wouldn't even know that. Aaron Swartz. Because that's where the cover-up of Fukushima, they capture the J story. You know about the J story? And then you wonder why Kevin Blanche, the famous professor, went rogue. I'm not giving him my PhD, the most famous PhD in human history. So, their answer, Trump and Obama, the twins, their answer to Fukushima was to double, triple, quadruple down on nuclear energy propaganda and nuclear energy pork. And the left and the right are identical. They never saw a military industrialized war contract, war pigs, pork contract. They never signed a nuclear pork contract. They never saw one in their life they didn't love. You go from Gorbachev and Reagan to Obama, Trump, Biden, the trilogy, and Putin. Talk about one step forward, 47 steps back. So their answer was to double down on the pork. So the renaissance, oh, there's a renaissance in nuclear energy with your own money. Department of Energy needs to be dissolved because it's nothing proved. You know, I called Jennifer Graham home and Rick Perry. Remember they both said they're going to make us sexy again? Talk about the anti-porn. You know, visualize that in your head. If you got a porn addiction, you'll quit. So it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And their answer is to double down, triple down. I mean, my friend owns the bar at Atomic City. I spent so much of my life up there. I know everything that goes on up there. Floor, new scale from hell. It's a sham. They brought it back to life. I mean, they put new life into the labs at Livermore. Yay! Bringing star power to Earth. Los Alamos. Yay! I bet $1 that Trinity kills everybody in New Mexico. Fermi. You know, Bezos was born there. What? Who's his dad? The original? Grandpa. Guys, the original propagandist. That was Fermi who said that. Ooh. So, their answer is to double down, triple down, quadruple down. Their answer to Fukushima was to propaganda, nuclear energy, the fairy tale. Where's your Easter bunny? How come you have that up? Easter's over. Well, the Easter bunny's never over for the nuclear energy crime syndicate. So, how many nuclear reactors have been shut down post-Fukushima? The post-Ignorance Project versus the Manhattan Project? Let's talk about this. Well, at least 54 in Japan, most likely. Oh, they're going to restart. No, they're not. Uranium Radisson. What a scam. What a sham. So, $19 in Germany. Okay, so we're up to, what's 19 and 54? There's 73. How about Belgium? Multiple reactors shut down. How about South Korea? Multiple reactors. How about Taiwan? Multiple reactors. How about China? Multiple reactors mothballed. The Mach 5s never worked. Remember, they're going to put one on a freaking month starting in 2010. It's what year they got one on. And it had a partial freaking meltdown. If you don't believe me, you look it up. Who leaked that to CNN in the middle of the night and they actually put it up? So, the imminent radiation letter, which is international law, has to be sent. So to avoid international law, China just raised the limits, kind of like the United States did with Gina McCarthy under Obama. And then Trump just got rid of legal limits. So the French said it to the Department of Energy. Jennifer Graham Holmes said on it, never freaking disclose it to anybody, which is against the law. The Department of Energy needs to be dissolved. Department of Nuclearism. They can only send that letter, and nobody knows international nuclear law like Kevin Blanche. The Blanche box in the IAEA in Vienna. They sent it. So they had some kind of event in their fast breeders that are going to save the world. Okay. They're SMRs. Okay. They're unicorn. They're Easter Bunny. They're Santa Claus. Utah funding. Bill Gates, who stole the operating. Utah's so degenerate, it's unbelievable. Bill Gates steals the operating system here. And then we have Silicon Valley. Silicon sluts, but are nothing but billionaire shysters. The 30 billionaires under 30. They bought the jazz. Look at them all. Line them up. At Cal Berkeley, I thought he was a Stanford guy. Semi-am, the crypto scam. Elizabeth Holmes. We can go on and on and on. There's every other day there's another one being arrested. Forbes, yeah. Okay. The capitalistic rope. Globalization has been a sham. You know, I'm all for banning TikTok, but when are you going to ban Fox, Operation Foxconn News? One by Jetstream, two by cable TV. So Obama and Trump and Biden, the trilogy, what's their answer to the Fukushima, the greatest ecological catastrophe in human history? You know, these full-blown amounts. Oh, it's just crippled reactor. Hydrogen blast, and they roll out all the half-nukers. And the sheep believe, they believe. What's been their answer? Propaganda. More propaganda. How about in the United States? Let's start left coast to right, because Kevin Blanch had friends. Cinema never shuts down without Kevin Blanch's cancer and Kevin Blanch's fight. Ask Kathy Iwani. Ask Rachel Godoy. I mean, without Kathy Iwani, it never shuts down. Gene Stone, Ace Hoffman, My The Reason. Gary Hedrick. I mean, long fight our whole lives. We kicked it down. They had no attention. They were afraid of Kevin Blanch's post-ignorance freaking truth that we were going to get it out. For the YouTube camera is mightier than the sword. It was until you're right. Here's Alex Jones, the fraud of Alex Jones in the far right. The globalists, but they support any agenda that cuts tax rates on globalists. I mean, they empower globalists. You cut tax rates to zero on who are the globalists? You know, we hate globalists, but they're all about free market globalization. I mean, it's such a fraud. Fukushima till their Lord and Savior Trump, then they're pro-nuclear. What? They're propagandists for money. Fiscal responsible, we're going to end debt ceiling. They ran more debt than any freaking Congress in U.S. history, freaking all combined. They're fiscal responsible. Tax the future, give to my... And then you got the freaking left. We're going to be a Hollywood celebrity. Oh, it's disgusting. And stuck in the middle with you. Clowns to the left of me. Jokers to the right. Here I am. Stuck in the middle with you. So, it's pathetic. Globalization's been a disaster. Ask the Weber State School of Business. Kevin Blanch been streaming. You take the #1 school business in the United States. Nice birdie. Just caught That's Utah, degenerate America. So the answer to the Fukushima disaster... Cover up. I was at the situation. I was at the White House. I remember the 6th of November. I actually went into the DOE that day. You know, ask Bobby One. He was there with me. He drove me there. When TEPCO was called into the White House to double down on the cover-up, I was there. I watched them go in. All the Japanese execs went to the White House, and Obama doubled down on his cover-up. And then Trump, you going to mention Fukushima? Kevin Blanch asked him to. Yes, I'm going to. Did he? Nope. There's no difference. Sliding with Biden? You gonna open up the book on the Fukushima? Yes. Did he? Has he? Stuck in them. So their answer. Nuclear renaissance, so Senator Offroy, we kicked that one down. Let's move left to right. How about Dwayne Arnold? How about Calhoun in Nebraska? They all had all said reactors, molded reactors. Maybe Dwayne Arnold not, but the other ones did. How about Palisades? How about 3 Mile Island finally shut down? How about all the reactors at Oyster Creek shut down? How about shut down at Indian Point, New York? I mean, I won't stop there. We shut down so many reactors in the United States. Oh, they put one on, partially tested. Okay. So well over 100 nuclear reactors have been shut down globally. That's over 25% of the global market. Yet we got a renaissance? Okay. I believe. Nuclear propaganda. The Department of Energy needs to be dissolved. So does big agriculture. The big agriculture. Here's more pork. Here's more dairy. Milk cows 4 times a day. Drain the marsh off. And own less than 100 acres, grind down hundreds of millions of freaking dollars of pork. He just bought all his kids' houses on the new one. You know, like 5 kids freaking houses with your government pork. What a sham. For a product we dump down the drain. Here, Bayer Monsanto, let's give them more pork while they're poisoning your pets. You know, how about Fukushima? The nuclear energy crime said Jetstream moves left to right. The salmon or the smoking gun. But Idaho's going to open it on Earth Day. Degenerate America. Stand tuned.